Dormify.com.
Sticking with the back-to-school theme, first-day jitters can be really overwhelming, especially for young students.
Yes, the little ones. Local author Debbie Thorpe's new book is tackling that topic to show children and their parents it's okay to be worried when they start something new. She is joining us in the studio to talk all about it. The separation anxiety problem is like so common, right, Debbie?
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why did you write the book?
I wrote the book because actually I went through a similar thing when my son was little.
Oh, so your son had a separation anxiety?
Yes,
okay.
and it was hard for me too.
Yeah, okay.
Not when he was starting school, but when he was starting daycare. And it was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. And he would cry and cry, and then I would cry, and it got so I couldn't take him to daycare.
This is exactly what happened to me.
It was awful.
It was really awful.
No, I mean, so if you're going through this, it's very normal. But your book, Butterfly Kisses, it's a story about little 5-year-old Amelia. She's afraid to start school.
Yes.
And now as an adult, you've really learned a lot about human behavior. You've worked in human resources. So we learned that this is kind of normal, and there are some tools that could make it a little easier.
Yes. Yes, that's true. That's true. And in the book, Amelia's mom finds a small way to help her, and Amelia eventually adjusts, and she adjusts to the transition, and in the end, she's very happy being at school.
Happy ending.
Yeah, happy ending, but how, not to
But
give the book away, but what does she do to help her?
Well, she finds a little trinket. There's butterflies woven throughout this story.
Okay.
And she finds something to give her, something to remind her of her mom while she's at school. Aww. And that helps her.
Ooh, who did the illustrations? They're beautiful.
I had an illustrator out of Pakistan, actually.
Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Chaudhry. Yes.
They're beautiful. Wow,
Thank
look
you.
at that.
Thank you.
So you're local, right from Vernon,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and you've actually written a book before.
Yes, The Runaway Christmas Tree.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the idea is we read this book and then it can really help kids understand their feelings and that this is normal.
It's
and
normal.
That they're going to overcome it.
That's right. That's right. And it helps the parents, too, because it's not just the child, it's the parent that has a hard time, too, sometimes.
Yeah, and then
So-
sometimes we're projecting onto our kids.
Exactly, which is true. You know, like what you feel fear, they feel fear,
Yes,
right?
yes. It's very common. And it's not just starting school, but anytime a child is going to be away from their parents, especially for the first time, camp,
going
could be
away
anything.
to school, a field trip.
An overnight, you know, anything like that.
A mom of two, I have completely, my daughter had no issues. My son was like Velcro to our legs, cried every day for preschool, for kindergarten. So what are some tips that we can employ in this? A lot of people are starting in the next couple weeks.
Yep. Well, if you can have the opportunity to bring them to school in advance, so they know what to expect, they know what it looks like, they know who's there. If they can meet their teacher, that can help a lot. So there's things like that that you can do to ease the transition a little bit.
Okay.
Explain to them, communicate, keep those lines of communication open.
Maybe take a bus ride too. Before.
Take a bus ride if they're going to, especially if they're going to be riding the bus, if that's possible, they could do that. Yeah, anything you can do to prepare them, you know, and let them know that this is, you know, going to be a fun thing.
It's
really,
be a fun thing,
you know,
right.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, as you know, I told you I can't see the Chevy Suburban from 1969 without having a panic attack. I mean, it was really bad.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually I did go to school and I got over it.
Yeah.
You know, so just know that there is hope at the end. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
Well, and that's a wonderful thing. So Butterfly Kisses, where do we get this book if we want to help this transition?
The book can be purchased at DoransBookstore.com or on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com.
That's great. So maybe get it for if you have grandchildren who are going or your own kids. Butterfly Kisses, local author. So thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. We'll have you back when the third book comes out. All right.